Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Arizona Cardinals. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The veteran Nick Folk about ready to get this show started. And off we go from Glendale. DJ Dallas now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
I just love watching Kyler Murray play quarterback, Mike, because it just reminds you that they come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, to be this small, but this fast and have that much arm talent, you just don't see that combination very often, let alone in the NFL. But we are now more than a year removed from that knee injury. I think he's ready to prove that he was worth that #1 overall pick just a few seasons ago, and he considers himself one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL now that he's fully healthy again.
Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Play action. It's Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd down, 3 to go. We'll try and run for this with Connor. So on 4th down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. Jaquan Jackson is back deep for Tennessee. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully. And that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the veteran from Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph.
The thing that has always really stood out and impressed me the most about this guy, Mike, is how steady and reliable he is anytime he's called upon. You know exactly what you're getting anytime he's under center. Maybe not the biggest arm in the world, but I'll tell you what, he gives you just enough to work with, and he is capable of getting the job done.
Rudolph going to throw right away. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. Rudolph, he'll get this complete. Nick Westbrook-Akine. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
The motion man is Boyd. First carry for the man from Memphis, Tony Pollard. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Back to throw is Rudolph. That caught Tony Pollard. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Rudolph looking to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The Cardinals offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And he'll get forward for a couple. Harold Landry there on the tackle. Now a second down throw for Murray. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He finds his man. It's Dortch. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Back-to-back 3-and-outs, and not ideal to start the game in that manner. So that's a really important throw right there. Let's see if they can build something from there. Brings up 1st and 10. Continue to let your opening script unfold. You got to go down and find some points here and get your offense settled down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They go play action for Murray. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
Quick hitting slant there. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not, and when he throws it, catch it.
On the handoff, it's Connor. Not much. Second and long coming up. From the gun, it's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Here's Blake Gillikin now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Titans offense ready to take over for their second possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Rudolph. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. Second and 7. Here's Rudolph. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Buda Baker with the coverage defensively, able to break that one up.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Connor. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Murray. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Connor. And he gets it to midfield, and he gets the 1st down. Good run. The drive continues.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. with some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
1st and 10 now from the 36. They'll go right back to Connor. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll go again here to Connor. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun, and this is Connor. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
From the shotgun, it's Murray. He's going to tuck it and go.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
The ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. On the give, this is Connor. Powering forward, he's in. James Conner. Touchdown, Cardinals. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Cardinals will take a 7-0 lead. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. On the return, here's Tajay Spears. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Titans offense ready to get back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Rudolph. To the left side in the hands of Boyd. And a good job rallying to the football. Hold him just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they have.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Cards offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Connor. And he'll pick up 2. Out to the 27. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. Off-balance throw, it's complete. A pickup of 12 yards. It's an Arizona 1st down.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons. He can spread the ball out and find the open space.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. A give, running right, it's Connor. And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that play.
This play right here is just a clear example of just how hard it is to bring this back down, Mike. I mean, he had to break multiple tackles just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But give credit to the defense. They kept bringing bodies at him, and they're eventually able to get him down for no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And now it's going to be 3rd down. Now, Murray. He'll try and get there on the ground. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life, his speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
On the zone read, given to Connor. And he'll manage to bring this down to about the 37. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play. Second down, Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. 7-0 is our score. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Again, it'll be Connor. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. James Conner. Touchdown, Arizona. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Now Prater to tack on the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cardinals move out on top 14-0. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Titans offense getting set to get back to work. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Now Rudolph. Short pass taken in by the tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Tennessee. On the return, it's Dortch. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Murray now. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Murray to throw. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll run with Conner. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's a give up the middle, Conner. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Murray with a give to Conner. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Now Murray keeping it himself, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. To throw is Murray. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. That's to the right side, caught by McBride.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Murray now on 2nd down. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
They'll run it here, and it's Connor. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. Connor going to try to pull his way in. And he's into the end zone yet again. James Conner. Touchdown, Cardinals. What a half he is putting together. That's his 3rd touchdown already. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Prater on to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cardinals will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Spears now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Titans offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he'll take this up to the 30. A pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now the former Tulane star. Here's Tyjae Spears. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. They'll try and run for the 1st down with Pollard. And he will have a Titans 1st down. It was 3rd and 3, and they picked up 6. Back to throw is Rudolph. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
A throw right side, taken in by Boyd. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Rudolph. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Good pickup of 16 on that screenplay and a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Now, faking the give. He's got it! And he's in. Nick Westbrook-Akine. Touchdown, Titans.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Titans get back in it. It is 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. To return is Greg Dortch. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On the ground, it's Connor. And he's going to get it. First down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. From the gun, it's Murray. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. First down throw there is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Out of the pistol, it's Murray. That one underneath here to Connor. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Man, he fit that one in a tight window. One thing he showed off was his arm strength and his accuracy, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really amount to much.
Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw again is Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. And it sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Raiders' kick is good. And the Cardinals have run out to a 24-7 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. Spears now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Pollard. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Buda Baker active and making the tackle there. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Rudolph looking to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Rudolph. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Glendale after this. The Titans punting unit comes out to the field, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense, and Kyler Murray set to take over once again, and he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational, and he looks to add to them with another drive here. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. He'll go right and find his running back, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll get this out to his running back, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
That's complete. His big target, McBride. And he will have a 1st down, and they're into field goal range now at the 30. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Throwing again is Murray. He's going to run it. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. He pulls it in around the 5. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Second down, Murray. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position, but with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6, but after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
On third down, Murray. There's that man again, another catch. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming, and the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Rudolph. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. We watched the veteran James Conner put together a very solid first half. He's up over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and he scored 3 times as well, as they went to him early and often, and with good reason.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
1st and 10, and they give it to Pollard. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing, Rudolph. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Now Rudolph. He's got his tight end. That's Okonkwo. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down for Tennessee.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. they're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Westbrook Akine motioning here. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
Back to throw is Rudolph. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here comes 3rd and 6. Rudolph. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket, nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
The Titans sending out their punter. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Now Murray. Pass right side, that's Ryman. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That's to the right side, caught by McBride. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
I just love the feel this tight end has, Mike, for the defense when they play zone coverage. Certain guys, they want to run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and they end up going from uncovered space to covered space, but not the case here. He knew he was open. He knew he was in the right spot. He stayed open. The quarterback delivered a good ball.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. From the gun, it's Murray. Quick throw, taken in. Third and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He's got his tight end, that's McBride. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on 3rd down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
Now, Murray on the bootleg. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
They pick up 17 through the air. It's an Arizona first down.
Really nice throw downfield on that conversion. Brings up a new set of downs. And defensively, Mike, this feels like desperation mode. If you allow them to finish this drive with a touchdown, this game feels all but over.
Murray's going to throw again. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
They go play action for Murray. Oh, wide open is Wilson. He's got it. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 29.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
On 1st and 10, Murray got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Tip Ryman. Touchdown, Arizona. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Now Prater to tack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Cardinals will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Here's Rudolph. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
They'll go back to Pollard on first down. Not much there, a yard or 2 down to the 48. Adrian Taylor Demerson on the tackle. The motion man is Boyd. Rudolph looking to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play. But those guys on defense, it felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to him in a hurry.
The motion man is Boyd. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. He'll get this right to the 20-yard line. That's Zaven Collins on the stop. Here's 3rd and 7. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got it inside the 5. And the Titans are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
I think at this point in the game, prior to that 3rd down call, the coach is telling his quarterback, hey, you got 2 downs. This is 4 down territory, but that last completion, I think, saves him from having to make that decision, at least for the time being, barring any penalties. Now, they got 3 or 4 plays to try to end this one with a touchdown.
And that is not going to work out as planned. Maybe a tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
The motion man is Boyd. Here comes the jet sweep. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Folks' kick is good. And the Titans will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So Nick Folk back out after the made field goal. He'll boot this one away. Dortch now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. Now he takes off. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
They'll throw on first down with Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Along the sideline, a nice catch. The feet in. It's a short gain, but it'll move the chains. A first down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. The linebacker Jerome Baker there to make the play. McBride is the motion man. He'll get this complete to Ryman. Give him 14 on that one. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On first down, Murray. He runs with it. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
Here's a run. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
Third and goal. Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Cardinals will extend their third quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground with Spears. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Rudolph. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Now Rudolph. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Rudolph. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's 2nd and 6. Rudolph. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A give to Pollard, running right. And they are not gonna catch him. He's in. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Folk now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Titans are able to edge a bit closer. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Dortch now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Cardinals offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again here to Connor. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Murray looking to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
First and 10. Here's Connor. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
They'll go right back to Connor. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. A give, running right. It's Connor. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Connor. 17 yards, the gain there. It's an Arizona 1st down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. And this time, they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
A tackling plan for the defense, Mike, is critical when you're facing a back like this. You know that one guy is not going to be enough to bring him down. You have to get as many hats to the ball as you can, slow him up just enough to buy time, and in this case, they get him down for a loss.
Power run inside. Here's Connor. Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 2. It's a 1st down and a gain of 13.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. You're going to see.
Good blocking, and he's in. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. His kick is good. And the Cardinals will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Throwing, Rudolph. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Akine. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From out of the gun, he'll throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And that is incomplete. Tyler Boyd was the intended target for that one. And that'll set up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Cards offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They start with the lead and the football, and they do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll toss it to the right to Connor. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Murray. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains 1 step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This a 57-yard attempt. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Cardinals will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They send Ridley in motion. Here's Rudolph. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Rudolph looking to throw. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 22 yards, the pickup there. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive lineman is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. Ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field.
And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
He's got his man. That's Boyd. He's going to pick up a Titans first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
They send Ridley in motion. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
3rd and 9. The motion man is Boyd. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. He'll look to throw. That's taken in, and he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs. The Cardinals offense ready to come back out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Connor. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On second down, here's a run with Connor. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they need 8 as they come up for third down. Out of the gun, and they'll run it with Connor. And they'll get him down, but not before he takes this across the 30-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's a zone read, and Murray hanging on to it. And he'll get this only up to about the 33-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the give, this is Connor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
So it's a win for the Cardinals. And they made it look easy. Their offense playing at about as high a level as they can play. Defense wasn't too shabby either. And they're able to get the victory here by a rout in grand style. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win here in the desert for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.